Let's see how to use the Korg SQ1 sequencer along with the Novation Peak. I'm taking the CVA out of the SQ1 and that's plugged in to the mod in on the Peak. So let's see how we can integrate this into a sound. I'll tap that initialize button so we're starting from scratch. I can tap here to audition the sound. As you can hear, it's a clean single oscillator sawtooth tone. To assign this modulation signal to any parameter on the synth, we need to tap this mod menu, and in this mod matrix we can make the assignments. Let's leave that destination as 123 pitch, and let's set the source A to CV plus minus. Let's crank up the depth to the maximum. Now the SQ1 is already running, so if I audition the sound, you can hear that pitch modulation. Now since we have 16 of these modulation assignment slots, we can assign the mod CV to another parameter. So I'll choose mod source 2. And let's change the destination to filter cutoff. On the next page, let's set source A to CV plus minus. Let's crank up the depth again to maximum. Now I'll bring the filter cutoff down so the CV signal can modulate that open. We can make the sound a bit thicker by bringing in more oscillators, lower register. I'll bring that down lower, set that to an octave lower. Now let's mix that in with oscillator 1. I'll also bring in oscillator 3. Now while this modulation is happening, we can add additional modulation, like the LFO modulation on the cutoff. Let's add some reverb to the sound. Some chorusing as well. It's really hard to put into words how amazing that reverb sounds. Let's make another assignment to this mod CV. So let's choose slot number 3. Destination, I'll choose LFO 1 rate. And again the source A set to CV plus minus. Let's crank up the depth. Let's actually try a negative value. So a higher CV will give us a slower LFO rate. Let's add some noise. Now maybe that noise signal can also be modulated in with the CV. So let's go into the next slot, which would be number 4. I'll choose noise level here. I'll bring the noise level down, choose source A as CV plus minus, and crank up the depth. It's a bit subtle, but you can hear the noise come in on the higher CV values. So that's the basics of using the Korg SQ1 sequencer along with the Novation Peak. Stay tuned for more.